Hello guys, it's me Angie with the Yarn Room. I'm going to show you how to put a pony bead on your work. Now first you're going to have to find a hook that you can use that will allow the bead to slide on. Now if you're going to be working with a larger hook, then you would have to switch over to a hook that would let you, for this one stitch, let you work on there. So I don't know how that would work. I always just work with the hook that fits my bead. Okay, so I work with 2 double crochets and then I add a bead. 2 double crochets, add a bead. So I have my first chain double crochet, second double crochet. Now all we do is slide on the bead and we're going to make our double crochet in the next stitch. I hold it a little bit like this. And all I do is make my double crochet and finish my double crochet. And the bead is in between the last 2 stitches that I pulled through, 2 loops. And then I make my next double crochet. And then I choose a bead because I've done 2. Oops, I didn't do that right, did I? Double crochet, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then the bead is locked between the 2 on the top. I'm gonna make my 2 more double crochet so you can see what those 2 beads look like in there. See that? Okay, I'm going to continue now. It's time for another bead. Let's see if any of these beads fit in here because some of these beads are smaller than others. See, that one doesn't fit in there, and then I would be screaming my head off. Maybe this red one will. Aw, man, this orange one, because these are my older ones fit. There we go. So always make sure that you check if your bead works there because you'll be miserable if it doesn't. Now I'm going to continue. Oops, no, that's a single crochet. Double crochet in the correct stitch. There we go. I'm going to work down to the end and then come back up and see if I can. So the going up or around and making sure that the other bead goes in the center there on the next row. Oh, wait a minute. I did 2? 1, 2. Oh, it's time for a bead. Does this yellow one fit? No. This yellow one? Yes. Okay, so I didn't check my count. This is just a swatch I was using, but it looks like I should put one here, but usually I'm going to ignore this part right here. I'm going to act like this was my last stitch and I'm going to be working up. For instructional purposes, 2 chains, turn your work, because why? Because that's the way we do it. Okay, so let's talk about this now. What would I do? usually I guess I would put the first bead here, make a stitch on the other side, and then add another bead here. Or you can just make your single crochets. If you want this to be the outside bead, then you would just keep continuing all the way to here and then add your bead here. I'm going to try to add the bead first. Let's see that. Oh, no. You know what? No, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to put my bead over here. So I got a double crochet. I'm going to have extra double crochets here. Let's see. A double crochet. So really a bead should have been right here, but we're not going to do that. What we need to know is that we need to make a double crochet in between, on top of each side of the bead. Now there's going to be a stitch right here in the center between these two beads, and that's where we want to put our next bead. And I'm using kind of the same colors because they fit on my this. There it is, same color. Put the bead on, yarn over, complete your stitch. Sometimes you have to hold that. That's okay. See how I'm stitching in, on each side of this bead? That's if you want them staggered. I like mine staggered. You may want yours going above, so you're going to have to put it, to figure out how to do yours, you know, going up in lines. So let's use another one. Put your bead on. Oops. Hold that bead on there. Double crochet. Let's see. 1, and then through here. And you kind of have to just finagle a little bit. And then you just keep going. 2 double crochet. Then you're on a roll once you figure out how you're doing it and where you want your bead placement. Maybe you want them every other, you know, stitch, but that's up to you. So I really like putting beads on my work. I really should try to make that weighted blanket. Let's see. Does this yellow fit in there? No. How about this yellow? Oh, it does. Okay, here we go. Somebody said, commented that they like, I know who you are, but I'm just saying somebody commented and said they liked the clinking of my bracelet. I'm sure it bothers some of you guys. So here we go. We're at the end. Now, we have to decide, are we going to do it exactly this way? I would. So you're just going to make it, finish it off. So where you would have had a bead would be your last. I always cheat with my last stitch, and I put it through the loop, not in a loop. Crochet 2, turn over. Now, see this bead here? You want your bead here. So this is your first stitch. This is your second crochet. And then you're going to put another bead on. And this is your stitch. No, this is how you had your bead on. Now you're going to make the 2 double crochets on either side of this stitch. And I hope this all makes sense to you and you're able to do it. And then you continue. And you just bead until your heart's content, or you run out of beads, whichever comes first. And then you have to go buy more beads. I'm going to have to buy more. The beads I bought on eBay have a smaller hole. So I have to use a smaller hook, which I don't like. And I think the other beads I got at a craft store. I'm not sure which, but I would probably say Joann's or Walmart. Oh, look, I almost made it in there. I have my 2 stitches, and now it's time for a bead. See me throwing beads everywhere? Okay, here we go. I'm just going to crochet with you for a while so you can see this and you can work on yours. You can listen to my bracelet. Time for another bead. Usually I like my beads to be the colors not to touch each other, the similar colors or same colors to touch each other. But this is just a tutorial for you guys, so I'm not paying attention to my beads. Some people will, you know, all these beads would be the same color. That's really cool. I just ain't got time for that, people. I ain't got time for that. And I love a scrappy look, you know, so that's the way mine is. But I do appreciate those, and I'm like, oh, I love it. One more. One more, people. One for the road. Okay, see my 2? Do you hear my birds in the back? I don't even hear them anymore. Okay, now we're going to make our 2. 1, 2. And now we're going to make 2 and turn over. And look at that, people. You've added beads to your work. I hope that helped you. Yeah. Make a video. Show me what you did. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Go bead.